So another one of the business fundamentals is sales. You gotta make sales in your business. If you don't make any sales, then you don't have a business. It's very important that you price your product or services accordingly. Some people, their product or service, they go after more high end ticket of sales, which could be 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. Some people, your products or services might be, 200 to 800. Some people, your product or service might be, $10 to $80. So it all just depends on the type of business you are in. Make sure you price it accordingly and make sure you give discounts and specials, things like that throughout your time of being in business. You always want to make sure that you collect either an email or a cell phone from every potential customer so that you can send them emails. And you don't want to bombard them with emails because we all know it's annoying to get emails every single day from the same people. I would say one a week or one every 2 weeks, just to say, hey, I know that you at one point, were interested. We're having a 20% discount, blah, blah, blah. And, you can turn people who at one point were interested, but they didn't buy at that moment. Maybe 3 months later down the road, they'll become a customer. So always try to get their emails and their text messages. You're going to want to sign up with the service. I use MailChimp. You don't have to. There's a whole bunch of different ones that you can use, whichever one you want to use. You can sign up. You can get an email subscribe form. People will put their emails in there, and then you can market to them. You can also collect phone numbers and do SMS text messaging advertising. Now, phone numbers and text messages are going to work better because most people grab their phone and check their text immediately as opposed to emails. But it will cost a little bit more, and there are certain rules that you have to follow as far as the texting. People have to sometimes you have to opt in depending on your state, and you also want to make sure that you have an unsubscribe option in the text messages as well. So there's a little bit more rules. You want to do a little research and find out about that. But that is one of the ways to contact people who were going to buy at one point or who were interested at one point, but for whatever reason they didn't buy your product or service, and they can in the future. And then you want to price your products accordingly. You want to offer bundles, packages. Let's say if you are in the restaurant business, whenever you have customers, then you can offer specials if they could keep coming back, especially if you have clientele that is maybe just only during the lunchtime, depending on where you're located, or if you're doing catering, you can always offer specials, bundles, deals. Just pretty much copy what you see other people do. There's going to be someone out there, whatever business you're doing, there are no really new, brand new businesses. Whatever you're doing, someone else has done it, right? Find that person. Find the person who's already done it and copy them, okay? They may be 10 years ahead of you, and that's okay. Find out what they did. Find out what they're doing. Find out, and you're not going to be able to do it on their level because they make a whole lot more money than you right now. They're on a whole different level than you. But at one point, they weren't. At one point, they were beginning. So if you find a company, and there will be some, they're everywhere. Find a company that has done what you're doing, and they've already been successful at it, and copy what they're doing. Copy them. It's fine. Just do what they did, and it will be on a smaller level, and you will see that if they did it and they're successful, there's no reason why you can't be too. But like I said, you gotta make sales and have a business. That needs to really be one of the main focuses is making sales, especially if your business, your You may do everything. You may do sales, accounting, customer service, inventory. You may be the person who does it all, especially if you're just a small business starting out. But if that's the case, then you want to make sure that sales is at the forefront, because without doing sales, you don't have a company. You gotta make sales. You gotta have money coming in. I hope you learned something, and I will see you in another video.